Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ding. I go. Do I talk? Okay. Okay. All right. My bad. Hey, hey. You know it's like for Sunday. Hey, you know it's like for Sunday. Hey, with not and breathe. Hey, hey. We bringing forth some positive, real energy for you on 4eNRGy.com. Like, oh, jiggy, 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 boom, boom, boom. Hi, welcome to Cypher Sunday with your girl Nye. Of course, you know how we do at 4eNRGy.com. We always have a great topic for you because we always bring our real opinion because, you know, we just want to bring everything together with nothing but pure positive love and energy moving forward after this pandemic. Go ahead, girl.
Yes, and this is Bree Massey, just bringing you a lot of just positive energy and just trying to get to the truth of our lives and just trying to make sense of it all, especially since we're going through this pandemic. You feel me, girl?
Mm, mm. Now, you know, of course, before we get started, we always have to give love to our sponsors, which is Urban Country Films Productions, as well as
Yes.
buhosting.com. It's a black-owned business that will help you with any of your production needs. They're really good. I don't know if you know Miss Shelley Speaks. That's another one. She's a really great show. She speaks on things that's going on in her community. She's very strong-minded, very big-hearted about what she sees happening as far as this moving forward. Definitely check her show out as well. Now
Yes.
here on 4eNRGy.com, what we do is we talk about things that are not so broad because we like to kind of keep things laid back on Sundays. Also on Wednesdays, our topics are a little bit more in depth. Um, and we talk about like personal situations because of course we have kids in this world and we want to make sure that our kids are doing things accordingly, that we can leave a nice mark on this earth for them to leave our imprint, our footprint in the sand per se you
Yeah.
know and today for Cypher Sunday, hey, hey, keep it on the down low.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh my goodness.
Nobody has to know. But we ain't talking about that sneaking and creeping all around the world stuff. No, not that kind of down low. We're talking about these experiences with, heterosexual, not sure or maybe curious about, straddling the fence or jumping the fence over to, the other side. Now,
Yes.
before we get into this topic, we definitely want to give a disclaimer. Nothing we say here is to bash anybody. I mean, let me tell you something. When you get finished with this conversation, you will see, try, baby, the tea. You know what I'm saying? We're sharing is caring. That's all. And it's
Yes.
just that, you got to see from certain perspectives for you all who are homophobic. You know, like, why are you even like that? And even like, how are you going to feel moving forward? We're in the political stage of life right now. Vote.
Yes.
I hope you all vote. Um, as you know, we even have the story of Mr. Andrew Gillum that we'll share later
Right.
about his situation. But to start this conversation off tonight, Miss Bree, I'm
Oh
gonna ask
my
you straight
goodness.
up this. I'm gonna ask you straight up. You ever
Okay,
been in a
so
situation where you had to question a man's sexuality?
let me go back a little bit as far
Okay.
as that is concerned. Um, I'm from a small town. I always talk about it. It's Gould. And I remember, growing up with these guys that were in our church that were a little bit flamboyant, but because they were in church, it was acceptable, you know, to be that way, because they either, the excuse was, oh well, they're from a single parent home, it's only a mom in the household, so they might be a little bit, they had a woman was a strong influence in their lives. Um, Fast forward to us being adults, I experienced finding out a lot of these guys were having affairs with married men in in the church house, and I'm older, so it wasn't something that was really experienced. It wasn't really discussed, like we would discuss or be open about now. I mean, I remember, older women, my grandma might be on the porch with her friend and they whispering. And, I'm trying to sit close so I can hear. And she used to be like, don't be in grown folks' business. Don't get slapped in the mouth, you know, because they, it just wasn't discussed at all. And everybody knew that it existed. Um, But like we in 2020 now, you know, it puzzles me that there are men that have whole wives, uh, children, living a um down low lifestyle. I mean, how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, it's. I mean, definitely, I have no say so on a person's sexuality. I mean,
Right,
hey, what you do is your business. It's neither here nor there. But when you want to share a life with me and you present yourself to me as a strong man, and then that kind of goes back to, like our domestic violence video,
right.
why certain women kind of flock to those seemingly strong, opponent or teammates or whatever
Alpha
you want to.
males.
Yeah, the alpha male in their home. And it's like you wonder why do you go for that? But I've talked to friends, and even one of the videos that we have to show, there's different types of DL men.
Yeah.
You know, you sometimes don't even know these men until you're actually in the bed with them and they want these funny types of performances. But do we have a comment? Hmm. Yeah, but I tell you what, let's look at this video and see the different types of men.
Oh yeah.
DL men, how to read them, the different types of DL men, everything DL.
I would say DL man is someone who it's a man that has interest in other men, whether that be like mostly romantically, but they aren't open about that. So like with regular gay people, we're out, we're open. If someone asks us, we don't hide it. It's not a secret. Whereas with DL men, they're gonna have probably a mask to cover that up with, where they may have girlfriends or they may seem like they're interested in women, where in actuality they're actually interested in men. I would say in the closet it's kind of like you're gay, you know you're gay, but there's something stopping you from coming out, like your family or something like that.
Okay, I can see
Whereas that. DL would be like, I may not be comfortable with this, but I still like, dipping and dabbing.
A level 1 DL dude, the in denial DL man.
Like, I like niggas, but I don't like niggas.
They'll never like give you a direct sign that they're into you, but you be like, is this dude into me? They will confuse the hell out of your life. And the level 2 is the flip flopper. Someone who likes to flirt but doesn't want you to flirt back. They lead you on. They give you all these compliments. They make you think like maybe I'll have a chance. And once you try to bite back, it's like, whoa, bro. But level 3 is the no. He knows he likes boys, but he doesn't deny it to you, but he denies it to everyone else. So it's like maybe you and him, like y'all had a conversation about it, or maybe he never actually said I like boys, but he knows. He said to you he's interested in you, but you can't tell your friends, you can't tell your gay friends, nobody else knows. That's the level 3. Level 4 is the fully gay. He don't talk to girls. He's just completely gay. The whole gay community know him. The whole gay community follow him on Instagram. It's like he be going, to the gay clubs, but nobody else knows he's gay. Just like your friends and you, like it's like in his life, his parents don't know, his friends don't know. He probably has a girlfriend, but he probably be with like a lot of gay people.
All right. So, a couple of those, kind of, I've heard, we've had many girl talks here and there, and certain things I've heard women say, like, I had a friend to tell me that she had, she was kind of uncomfortable with the experience that she had back in her day. She says that this guy used to, come off of her, like fingering his bottom. I'm like, bitch, you did that shit? She was like, the first time I couldn't believe it. And it was just like a head scratcher after that. And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like, I'm weirded out that you was telling me. She's like, that's why I never said nothing about it. And you was always pushing me, why you don't like this dude right now? It's like, and it was looking good. And, I thought it was going to make it, but I never knew why they didn't make it. And until recently, when I was going to do this show, it was when I was telling her the topic and she was telling me, I was like, and I had to tell her, I said, it's crazy. You have the flip flopper, like he was saying, the flip flopper, that's the weirded out. If you're interested in even Tank even talks about yes, Tank, the singer, he talks about,
Oh my God.
yes, he talks about he's not bisexual, but he has or is willing to experience with a man just to see if he likes it. Like there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Feel some kind of way about that. Okay, so we do have some people in the chat that have some comments. I have Shelly Fain, and she says that this is scary and unfair to women that are involved. I mean, I totally agree with you, Shelly. I think it's a betrayal. It's a, it's the worst. It's the worst betrayal that you can experience. It's like when you get involved with a man and you share your life with that person, and then they turn around and they're not living up to the expectation of the relationship. So I
Yeah.
totally understand how Shelley would feel that this is scary. It's scary to me too.
I mean, and
um
then what
Thanks for
really
your
gets
comment,
me,
Shelley.
say what now?
I was thanking Shelley for her comment.
Yes, thank you very much, Shelley. It's like, I'm not gonna say, okay, me personally, not okay, as a female, yes, I have been in bisexual situation,
Mm.
more than once, for my own pleasure. The first the first time it happened, it wasn't like some guy was there. It was, straight up this girl approached me. Not approach me. Of course it was like we was friends, and the next thing you know, things just started getting weirded out. We started out with like most of the situations saying, oh, that's my girlfriend when we go out to the club just to keep men from taking us home. Or, if you buy me one, you gotta buy my girl drink. And if you want to take one of us home, you gotta take both of us home. And then we like bail on them. Just everything was just like really playful. It was a playful situation. But when the sex got involved, of course, it got serious on her end. But for me, I wasn't ready to like get married or have a whole relationship. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm in it for. I'm here with it. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's a
Consensual.
yeah, it's, and then you look at now, there's like laws, now you can get married and do all these things. They have like they LGBTQ have so many rights. It's like in your face. You know what I'm saying? Our next president gonna be coming out of the closet, making America great again.
oh, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Well, we do have another message from Shannon Lee, and she says, "Hey, ladies,"
Mhm.
um, and we have Constance Anderson who said, "Stop." She said, "Stop." Like, don't. I guess it's one of those situations where she just don't want to approach it, but it's real and it's happening everywhere. And I guess for those who are just tuning into the show, um, our topic today is about download men. Now, I want to put a disclaimer out there that whatever your sexual choice or your sexuality is, that's your choice. You know, I don't give a damn. But when you start um, including innocent people in your sexual escapades, then that sometimes you need to do a self evaluation of yourself. You know, you really need to just really check what's your motivation.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yes, definitely. And I mean, because like look at this, like another speaking of political thing, like
Mm,
I said, Andrew Gillum situation. Okay, it's not that, the situation is his own personal business. But, again, another situation my Facebook friend had posted about what did we think about him being caught in that sexual act with another man and all this blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you know who Andrew Gillum is, but I think he's what, the
yeah.
governor of Florida, something like that.
He didn't win. DeSantis is the one that won.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. But um, it wasn't. It's not about it. Like I was trying to explain to my Facebook friend who was asking for opinions. She was making the point about everybody falls under pressure. Blah 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 blah. Okay, again, you're supposed to be this man of the country. You want to be in control or in demand or in a certain position. And if all it took for you was to lose, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
to make this big public display of who you really are, it's like, sir, to be honest, that's our point. It's That's neither here nor there. The fact that you folded so easily and you could have been our governor.
Right. Okay, so let me clear up some things about um Andrew Gillum because
Okay.
I actually watched the interview that he had an interview right after this whole issue situation scenario happened, right?
Mhm.
So what he says or what he accounts is that he was in a hotel. He had a friend that he wasn't really a really close friend. He was a acquaintance that he
Mhm.
had met, and he thought it was real cool. And he was supposed to be in Miami, meeting up with his wife and some other couples because he was going to be doing some kind of wedding. I don't know if he was going to be like saying, I pronounce you man and wife, whatever. But he was
Mhm.
supposed to be in Miami, and he was supposed to be meeting with his wife and some friends because they all were going to go to this wedding together, right?
Mhm.
So he says that he arrived in Miami a few hours early, and he said that after he had this, lost the election, his life kind of went a turn for the worst, and he started drinking more, and he was suffering from depression.
Mhm.
Um, and then he said that, he contacted his friend. Um, he contacted his friend, and they um, they decided to go. They decided to go to the hotel. They had like this separate hotel. He was drinking, and he said the next thing you know, the dude was had overdosed. So I'm not. I mean, it just don't make a whole lot of sense because the story is that three there were two other men besides him in the hotel room. And there was a lot of drugs, and they said that he had been throwing up, and another dude had overdosed. So you trying to tell me, and everybody was naked. So you trying to tell me that you don't know these dudes, that you don't really know this dude that you in the hotel room with,
Y'all just in
you
there
know,
sword fighting,
chilling,
getting
everybody
high, sword
swords
fighting.
out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just, I guess we're hanging out. We're gonna have some drinks and we're just gonna let our dicks
Let
hang
me
out.
see your sword.
Let
Here's
it
my
get some
sword.
air. Let our
Here's my
nuts get
sword.
some
I got
air.
my sword.
And
I
then
don't know you, but this is my sword. Sword fight, sword fight, sword fight.
my sword's bigger than yours. My sword's bigger. Come on, man.
But it's
Come
like
on.
that's what I'm saying. We have more pressing issues going on instead of what I'm saying. Our the could have been, should have been governor or mayor of Florida coming out of the closet. Like, it's been here since what? Forever. When I worked, it was a show that used to air called Downton Abbey. It was very well looked upon. Of course, about
It
people's
was on
sexuality, but at
PBS.
the end of the day, they even have they had laws in other countries such as like Jamaica, Haiti. This is like sexual battery. If you are a boy and a boy or whatever, but it's like I look at it and it's just a weird situation when you are of a certain age, and if you have not already experienced it, whether you're male or female, not curious or not, if you're curious about that part of your life, you need to kind of get it out. Like, that's what college is for. That's what your 20s is for. This is, I mean, I mean, nothing against young mothers. Again, I have to give disclaimers because that's something I kind of, I go hard against young mothers because this is my point. There's so much more to life than sitting on your ass popping out babies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you in your 20s and you know what I'm saying, my teens and my 20s don't owe me nothing. And I look at how blessed I was. I came out of everything. Hey, test said negative.
Oh my
came
goodness.
out of, I came out of all of that test said negative.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, but at the end of the day, if you are curious about something, whether you have kids or not, but you do, I think honestly, it needs to be kind of more shielded from our children. But at the same time, it's so much, everything is just like out in the open because so many lies, just period, about our household, there's so many lies in the household, there's so many lies in the news, there's so many lies just everywhere. Everything is just diluted and polluted with just, so it's like the only thing I really do honestly can say that I kind of envy about LGBTQ is just that right there. Like, Andrew Gillum, it was such a big deal about him coming out of the closet or him being so sexually
Wait
diverse.
now. He says that interview says he said that he is not gay.
In that
Point blank,
interview,
period.
his wife, in another interview I read where he said he told his wife and she accepted this when they got married.
Wow. No, he said he's not gay, he's
He's
bisexual.
bisexual. That's my
So
point. I said the whole phrase. I don't care if you LGBT, and that's enough. Like, on a woman's perspective, not to, again, what your sexual preference is yours. It just baffles me. You see women with like 4, 5 kids, and all of a sudden, oh, I've been gay. It's like, what?
huh. I've been experimenting. Okay, so if you guys are for anybody that's just tuning in, we are discussing um men on the down low.
And women.
And I want to go back to the chat. We do have a message from a guy named Andre. Okay.
Mhm.
So he's like, to the ladies in the chat and the panel, would you what would you do in this situation, especially if you're already in love with the person and possibly already started a family? You know what? This is so wrong. This is so wrong.
That's my point. That's my point. It's like you should have got this shit out of your system before we got here. Like, why?
How did you get here?
Bitch, I
Woo!
caught the butt.
Nobody's supposed to be here.
I can't afford. Oh, oh.
Oh my God.
You know,
Um,
like I feel where Tank coming from. If that's what you know, I love drag queens. They so beautiful when they put on their makeup. They do, you know, I really I dig it. It's just that when you, just like you said, somebody who's on a certain, I am certain about myself. I know what I want, and I want, you know, you and you fit the bill, or what you present to me fits the bill. You did not present to me, you know, I'm in a phase right now where, you know, I think I want to step back and try something because I'm feeling something different in me. There are situations where women will talk to their men and they will allow it to happen. You know, some women have been, of course, publicly humiliated for divorces and things to, you know, other men, or vice versa. Women are taking women from their men. um, I think the social dynamics on a woman's side, I don't know the men side per se, but speaking from a female perspective, just like in my situation, a lot of times it really kind of starts out like um, a joke or an intent to try something.
oh,
Uh, and really some of the relationships that I see really is just that this is a girlfriend that I just trust so much business wise. You will honestly be amazed that a lot of these relationships are not like relationships. They're just that people are not in for games that come with uh Larry and
Chuck and Larry.
Chuck and you like that shit is for real. That's my point. That shit. The movies are not faking about a lot of stuff. This that it's serious. I've ran into one at my job before. Like,
Okay, now so the question is, if you were in a relationship, like, monogamous or seemingly monogamous relationship, you married, y'all got kids together, you love this man, um how do you how do you deal with that situation? How do you, I mean, do you let the relationship go? Do you get a divorce? I mean, what would you do? This what this is what's in the chat. You got to answer that. Don't cry, boo.
but what if the eggplant good?
Oh my God. Yeah, that is a dilemma.
What if my house all big and my car gotta push to start?
Oh man.
What if my children like real smart and stuff and cute and keep their hair real curly?
They got good hair. I mean, so everything seemingly is perfect. Do you stay or do you go? That's the big question.
Is he gonna take the little picket fence too?
Ah, oh
I
my
like the little
God.
picket fence. It keep the little dog and the children inside.
Wow. I mean, to me, I'm if I were in a situation where everything was perfect, and then, my husband is like, babe, You know, I know you've been noticing these shit stains in my drawers lately. I need to, I want to talk to you and let you know that I am, I, I'm a, I'm on the down low,
I've
I
been
mean,
digging
I'm not.
real low lately.
Oh God,
I've been
I don't
digging
know.
real low lately, but
I would feel so hurt. I would feel it was. I think I would be more hurt because I didn't check him about them shit stains in his drawers when I had the chance. He came to me first. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me
right.
mad. I'd be like, I didn't say nothing. I would
Yeah,
feel some kind of way about it, like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Why is him scrubbing out these shit stains in his drawers? But I digress. But I think that it would be just this total betrayal, because of the life that we've built together. I will always be, even if I forgave him, I always be thinking that, when we go and watch porno together, he checking out the dude's ass. You know what I'm saying? It's like we ain't on the same page no more. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like, oh, babe, you gonna do this? And then we watching the movie and he'd be like, did you see what he did? You see how big he is? And they'd be like, ding, this dude, he's still on that shit, you know? I mean, that's where my head would be, that's where I would be. So I hope that that answers the question.
I mean, I just it's unimaginable. It's like when you get, especially in our age, and just taking back to the movie, what's that? The movie with Janet Jackson that Tyler Perry made, where her husband turned out to be gay and stuff.
Oh, when black girls consider suicide when the rainbow isn't enough, something like that.
No, it's not that intent. I forget the name of it.
Yes,
But
that is it. That is it.
no, it's Janet Jackson. It's four women. They kind of interchangeably, meet at a point. It's a Tyler Perry movie. Basically, Janet Jackson is the one who's married to the man who
Janet
light
Jackson
skin.
is rich. She
Yeah.
rich. And her husband, he fine. He was fine as hell. He
Uh-huh.
was like, and I was like, damn, Janet, you doing it like
And
that?
then it was another lady, hers, if it was Janet Jackson's assistant who had the abusive husband from the army.
Right.
And what
It
you
was
say the name of
based
the
on a
movie is?
book. No, it's based on a play. I auditioned for the play. That's why I know about the play.
What's the name of it?
Okay, see, you're gonna make me back up.
Okay, no
Um,
problem. But yeah, and then you have movies like that, and it's it's like, why did you take this? It made it, one of the things that make it so bad is everybody be knowing except you.
think in that situation,
Just like you said, why you didn't notice the, you know what I'm saying?
shit stains, right? Um, I think women are very intuitive. I think we know, but we don't want to approach that, especially when that dude is paying the bills on time. You know what I'm saying? He he taking care of his kids. He taking care of business. You know what I'm saying? That's a dream come true. You know how many raggedy niggas was walking around not taking care of the family, and then you get somebody that is really just there. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of business. It's like you are uprooting the foundation of this relationship. For
Yeah.
what? I mean, and to be honest with you, if a man is on the down low and he's been doing it like it's a routine, he ain't gonna change.
That's the thing. It's like that you hit the nail on the head. It's like if it's a phase that you're going through, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you try it and you realize you like it, maybe you need it, maybe you want or need more influence, but it's like I really think that after something so intimate, something so, you know what I'm saying, that's so intimate and personal, you cannot tell me that after your first time you're not going to know whether you want to continue this or not.
I mean,
Like,
like most of these dudes continue these, download relationships. Some of them, like when we were looking at the video where they were talking about the different types of download, guys, they, these they're, some dudes might, that are married might go out and just have flings with other men that they meet at gay clubs or um, gay pride parades, whatever. Um, and just keep it moving. But there's other guys that get real comfortable and they going out to dinner, they hanging out at the club, having drinks, having like a whole side relationship.
look,
Um,
look, you ever seen the show Pose?
yes, of course I have. I love
Girl,
that shit.
I forget the man name, but he was from the show Special Victims Unit. You know what I'm saying? He was all in love. He's a businessman, not married, or not. He got a whole relationship with a drag queen. And
Yeah.
it's like you and my thing, my position with it is like I say, if I'm with a female, I trust she's gonna know. Like I don't expect this to go no further than my sensations,
Yeah.
because and I don't even have them sensations anymore because like I'm more calm about my life. I've been through that. Like it was just something I did.
Your 20s,
Yeah, back then when I was,
college.
yeah. So, it's like on a serious note, when you think about marriage, um, it baffles me that the LGBTQ is so strong. Like, I mean, when I say strong, like you have laws that protect you. You have laws that are being implemented, you know, how far are these implementations being gone? Like it's not about discrimination, which is good because they have been killed. We
Right.
all have a family member that may have been hurt, harmed, or discriminated against for their sexual preference,
Right.
or a friend, uh, someone that we know. And it's stupid because at the end of the day, where a squirrel get their nut from is not my business. I can't feed it.
True.
That's I got my own sins to be worried about. But it's just that I look at how we talk about bringing so much stuff together, like with 4eNRGy.com. I look at how you can discriminate against a community, but yet this community just gets so much bigger and so much stronger
Right.
because they stick together. They
That's
don't family out. Literally, they will come out by the hundreds if one of their own, if you look at them wrong because of just the history of how what they've been through
right.
and how they're just not gonna take it anymore. And then you
Exactly.
look at things like, not to get off subject, but that's what I'm saying. What I like about the topics that we discuss here and how we bring it together. I hope that Black people can just, sit back and learn from that kind of togetherness, unity in a community.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing.
True. So, for all of you that are just tuning in, We are discussing uh, down low relationships, and we would appreciate any comments or questions that you have from me and Nye. I just want to give a disclaimer that um, I truly don't discriminate against gay or lesbian relationships. Most of my friends, I have a lot of friends that are gay. Um, so I do understand, but this particular topic is a little bit different tonight. We are actually um, looking at how a lot of men, and there are women too, we haven't even talked about women. There are a lot of men and women that masquerade. That's the word for the day. Masquerade. Just in time for Halloween. You walk around with a mask about what you really want, your secret desires, and you're involved in this relationship that you're supposed to be committed to, and you decide that you're gonna do some deviant, escapades.
We're not gonna, we're not gonna put a person's sexuality between the shit and the pavement now. Like, let's not do that. Don't do that. You know, it's just that, okay, when you come to that point, all right, I'll give it to you. Maybe you waited till your 30s and you just can't take it no more. Just gotta break free. You know, I've been holding it down too long. Okay, you 30, now you married, you see your kids, grandkids coming, and you realize, and then that's another part that we really didn't get into. The people that are completely out of the closet, who you hurt. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? Like, that's one of I spoke with someone, I spoke with a couple of people, regarding this interview, and they are completely, comfortable with their sexuality, and of course, and their answer was pretty much the same. It's like it is, you already know that it's not going to last long, and sometimes in the beginning they make you think, that they're really going to come out of closet because they're tired of the hiding, and they're tired of the flip-flopping, and you're the they it literally plays a game, first of all, on the mind and the emotions, when you're dealing with a
right,
person on the DL versus dealing with a person who's comfortable with their homosexuality.
right.
And this person who's, what's her name? Aunt Marsha Ambrosia. I love her music. She, if I'm not mistaken, she's a bisexual musician, musical artist. I love her music. She's always talking about the trials and tribulations of being a bisexual person, far away, about how people kill themselves because you just can't be, an open person. In that video of hers, Far Away, the two men, they live great lives. They look like your average everyday men who will walk up to you and hold your door, ask you for your phone number or anything to that nature. But at night, they're Batman and Robin, and it's like, my heart actually goes out to people like that, when you cannot just be yourself and your comfortable self. Um, I don't look at anybody no different than anybody else. It's just, again, the feelings, what you put, the deception, you know,
Right.
it's very hurtful. It's very embarrassing, and yes, it's going to be very misunderstood. But you need to. I really think, for the sake of all of that, better now than never. Like, doing like the commitment parts, don't get
Right.
into these commitments when you have these undercover, down low issues going on in your sector taken care of.
Okay. So now I got another message
I'm sorry, go ahead.
from Shelly, and she says that these guys and women need to stop robbing people of the option to choose rather than rather they want to be a part of a type of situation. I totally agree with that wholeheartedly. But let me
Mm-hmm.
take you back to something that I realized about life and relationships and tradition. The reason why a lot of men and women live these dual lives is they because of their tradition, their families, you know, mama and daddy, we went to church, we was raised a certain way. You get married, you have your children, and you don't want you don't want your parents, your grandparents to see you living that type of lifestyle. That's why you are doing this undercover,
Yep.
thinking that nobody ever is going to find out or suspect, your secret desires. That's what I conclude to this topic. What you think, Nye?
I agree to some extent because, like I said, I've dabbled in that lifestyle, and some people, some of them in that DL phase, they actually do it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, um, once upon a time, this guy who was interested in me, he relayed some information about a friend of his he had to cut off.
Right.
And the friend of his pretty much is what made me cut the guy who was interested. We're gonna call him George. The guy who was interested in me name is George. And George friend is John. Okay. John and Mary are married. Okay. Mary called George crying, hysterical, tripping the out because she went through John's phone and finds that John is having a DL relationship.
Wow.
Pictures, videos, I love you. I'm going to call you later. Boo boo. Kiss, kiss, ooh.
Wow.
Put that thing up, mommy. And I was just like, okay, so how is this going to play out? Because
Wow.
that's all I can do. I'm just sitting back and just like, okay, how's this gonna play out? But and it's like when you see the intentional side and then you talk to the people that are hurt by it, and it's just like it makes it kind of personal because like these are some of
Yeah.
my friends and family who are affected by any of the 5 DL men that was mentioned in the video earlier. It's okay in 2020 to be whoever you are.
True.
Okay. Like we're fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that you recognize who and what you're putting at stake when you're going through these sexual things, and you need to consider that this is serious and you're bringing another person into, like you said, you're not giving them the choice at this point,
Right.
you
And
know.
you know what, Nye? I don't mean to cut you off because I
Go
know
ahead, boo.
we're gonna be wrapping this up soon, but
Go ahead, boo.
I just feel like it is so, in conclusion, with everything that we talked about, I think it's so selfish for someone to be living a double life. It's like you're not giving me the option. But, I did a little research before a little bit more research when we decided to work on this topic. And what really blows my mind is how many of these down low brothers and sisters bring sexually transmitted diseases back to their unsuspecting partners. I watched this video today of this woman that she was just so distraught. that he had lied to the health department about being single, and she finds out that he is HIV positive and he has syphilis. Okay, first of all, I didn't know you could have two sexual diseases at one time. I just thought one always overpowered the other. But I digress. But but it's like this dude went so, don't look at me like that. This dude went so far as to tell the health department that he was single. He put down there single. So they did not know that he was married. She had to do investigative work to find out that she is. I'm just blown away to the extremes of what this
That's
dude
what I'm saying.
put his wife through
Yep,
to
that's what
so
I'm
that she would
saying.
not have known that he was living a double life. It was crazy. But I just wanted to say, in conclusion, live your best life. You know, if you gay, you might find a woman that want to have children with you. Um,
Donate your
Maybe y'all can
sperm,
co-parent. You know what I'm saying?
adopt kids.
She might even want to stay with you, regardless of your sexuality, because she think you're a good dude or whatever. But my point is, give that person the respect of being honest. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say.
Amen. I agree. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. As you know, this
Thanks,
is
guys.
Nye and this is Bree, coming to you from 4eNRGy.com on Cypher Sunday. We'll see you all on Wednesday at 8. Thanks again.
Yes. Good night, guys.